everyone. Thanks for joining us on Shop with Mimi and Russ Live. We have a special guest tonight. This is Tammy from the English Garden, is our favorite florist here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And this month we are celebrating Made in North Carolina. So we are so happy that you could join us tonight.
Well, what a treat. I am tickled to be here. Like you, the English Garden is a local business, family owned. We've been in business since 2006. I can't believe it. I haven't been there that long. I've only had the pleasure of being there a while. But what we want to emphasize is how much we love serving our neighbors, serving our community. We are there for all the touchstone moments, weddings, births. When we would happily do funeral work if we didn't have to, but we'll take good care of it when we get it. We do corporate events. We've done a lot of those lately. Oh my gosh!
You keep guys like me out of trouble too. I can
Well,
call you and say,
if
"Give me some
you're
flowers."
thinking you might be in the doghouse,
Yeah.
it's good to get flowers.
Oh, yeah.
But
They're
do that
beautiful
before
flowers.
you get in the doghouse.
Uh-huh.
What I brought tonight is one of the things that we are known for is our bouquet of the month. It changes every month. We pull in the freshest flowers we can. We try and buy
Beautiful
local
flowers.
whenever we can. What we do is we wrap this up for $60. And we also have a subscription service where you can order for somebody a whole year's worth of flowers. They get delivery once a month, and you only pay one delivery fee. So that's where you save a lot. But I wanted to show
That's a
everyone
nice
tonight.
service.
Yeah, I want to show everyone tonight how easy it is and how accessible. Just like
I
your
wanted
jewelry.
to add one thing.
Sure.
We had flowers sent to us from English Garden by one of our former employees. She just got engaged
Oh.
and they bought a house, and so she sent us some beautiful flowers that y'all did that just were beautiful.
You know what my favorite reason for sending flowers is?
What's that?
Just because.
Just because.
Just because.
Like Liz Taylor.
Just because.
You ever
And-
heard that story about Elizabeth Taylor?
No, what did she say?
She was married a few times, and she got, I guess it was Richard Burton. He gave her this huge diamond ring, and I think she was in the bubble bath when he gave it to her. And she's like, "What is this for?" And he said, "Just because it's Thursday."
Oh my gosh. So my husband sent me flowers years ago, and it said just because it's Thursday.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if you know, but Thursday's my favorite day of the week.
Is it?
Well, yeah, it's like a
Is this almost
precursor.
Friday?
It's a precursor to the weekend, and it's kind of like that ode on a Grecian urn thing.
Uh-huh.
You know that the best feeling is the anticipation knowing it's so close.
Yes.
So that's how I feel like.
You've made it past Wednesday.
You know-
It's almost Friday.
Speaking of Wednesdays, though, we don't have one this week, but we do a lot of classes at the English Garden, and I recommend that people come and enjoy our classes because we have a blast. And more, what I'm finding is that when people come in for classes, they're celebrating birthdays. They're celebrating anniversaries. And it feels
Special
like
events.
we're just hanging out with our friends,
It's an
designing
experience.
flowers. Yeah, and the older we get, we know that time is so precious, and we want to spend it with the people we care about, doing the things that bring us joy.
Absolutely.
Just like your joy. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to unwrap these beautiful flowers that are in our bouquet of the month this month. And if I can do this, and look like I know what I'm doing, that'll be helpful, wouldn't it?
I'll tell you, these were our beautiful flowers that were delivered this Monday. We get a delivery every Monday. It just makes, because this Monday it makes me happy.
Look
And
at that dahlia
I
right
know.
there.
And-
I mean, it's just saying hello.
I know this.
Oh,
I keep coming up here talking to them. I talk.
well, you
to
have to
flowers.
talk. I talk to flowers all the time. Most of the people in our shop do. So we've got some really precious things here. Look at that. This is our lavender stock. What you want to do with the bud base, this is really important. You know, you can always cut it down, but you can't add to it.
That's
So
right.
I find the easiest thing to do is look at how tall you want it to be out of the base and cut from there. You always want to cut on an angle because that's going to increase the surface area for the water to be absorbed into the flower, so longer base life. So
Is there any truth to, like in college, we would put things in vodka bottles, and we swore that the roses lasted longer because there was a
a little
little
bit of vodka. And you know, there's all kinds of additives that you can get. We do send flower food with all of our arrangements, especially our bouquets of the month, and it does lengthen the life of the base life of the flowers. And of course, you know, just like there's people who are taller and people who are shorter, flowers have different base lives. And so one of the things that we can do with our bouquets of the month or any arrangement is switch the water out, cut the stems down, it makes them last longer. And if there's something that's just not making it, decide that its time is over, but that the rest of the bouquet can stay as
Yes.
it wants to stay.
Russ, I could just imagine you pulling gemstones out right now to pair up with these
Oh, yeah.
beautiful.
Now this is funny. I want to talk about my friend here, the carnation. Okay, carnations have gotten a bad rap lately,
It's
and
not
it's
my
not.
favorite.
I know that, but here's the deal: they're not a lot of people's favorites. But I'm gonna tell you what's going on with carnations. They are being cultivated in a way that we get these crazy,
That's
insane
pretty
colors.
lush, yeah. that's-
And so you'll see some green in there.
Mhm.
Carnations, they actually have fragrance.
Wow.
I know.
Did
And-
they do that at North Carolina State? Did they figure out?
You know, I'm not. They probably did. I'll have to look into that. But the fun thing is, they last so long. They do give a lot of texture and color to. People call and say no carnations. No, I'm totally gonna respect that. I'm totally gonna respect that.
sounds like
Never
something
gonna
we
push that
know.
on somebody. But if somebody walks into the store, I'm gonna show them these fancy carnations every time. They'll be like, "That's a carnation." I'm like, "Yes, yes, it is. It's been given a bad
That would be so
reputation."
beautiful. I mean, look at these, the peach and the
Well,
green
so-
photos and that and a bridal bouquet
That is-
would be gorgeous.
I got a question. Are
Yes.
carnations a good value because of the whatever you just was saying?
The face life. You're gonna laugh at me. Well, maybe not. Carnations aren't the cheap flower that they once were.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
So
'cause
they can get pricey as well. You know, just like everything, flowers have gone up too. So we really want to make sure that we do have the most longest lasting stems in our bouquet of the month, so that you can enjoy as long as possible and you feel like you're getting a good value. Everybody needs to feel like they're
And
getting
I like that you're breaking it up. We tend to put our bouquet in here on the coffee table, but I love that you can break this up
Oh,
and scatter
You
out.
know, that's the other thing is you got to learn to get comfortable with them. So they're while they can be fragile, they're a lot less fragile than you think, and
Yeah.
we can have a good time, kind of breaking things down.
Okay,
I
what
like-
was this one?
Okay, well you're gonna laugh at me. That is, I think that's a yarrow. Sydney's gonna kill me if I'm wrong, but I can tell you that this is a fancy carnation. We've got our little fern there. What I like to do with my bud vases is I like to have a little bit of green and a little bit of bloom, and not a whole lot. You know, you don't need, the thing about having a bud vase is it's particularly, it's delicate, and it can really showcase the flowers. You know, you don't have to stuff a whole bunch in there. I mean, certainly you've got a big, you know, full arrangement here, but one of the things we're finding with events and with weddings is that brides are liking this idea of doing, I'm gonna show y'all in a minute, a trio of bud vases for a centerpiece, especially like on a cocktail
Love it, and
table.
you can see.
And then you can see all the flowers. So this is our talisman snapdragon. Let me tell you something.
That's beautiful.
Pretty
This guy-
colors.
This guy is amazing. Ever since I've been introduced to this guy, I've just fallen more and more in love with it. Now, it's easy for me to say that because I happen to love orange. I think orange is the color of sunsets and the color of, you know, campfires. So for me, orange is just such a happy, lovely
And
color.
I started doing watercolors last year, and I could just imagine mixing the paint, and
Isn't
that
that
would
kind
be a
of
good one
that?
to paint.
Isn't that kind of fun? So
Yes.
I'm gonna stick this beautiful Israeli ruscus in there with this one, and then we're gonna call that a day. And then I'm gonna show y'all a trick that we can do. You always want to be able to make your flowers go as far as possible. So I can get 4 cuttings off some of these stems of Israeli ruscus. Now with my talisman and my Israeli ruscus, I'm thinking it just needs a little bit of something else. So I'm gonna go in my bag of tricks here, and look at that.
Oh.
Now again,
When you brought the bouquet in, that really caught my attention.
and you're gonna kill me for not knowing the name of this. I'm sorry, Sydney.
Well, it looks like, I mean, I don't mean it, it looks like it's a shrub or some type of,
Well, you know, we do try
Yeah.
whenever we can to buy local. We partner with places like Bouquet Farm, which are a teaching farm, and it's so cool because they bring kids out of that farm and they teach them to fish, they teach them to harvest the vegetables, they teach them to cook the vegetables. And so these kids that don't have any exposure to that, so it's a new experience. They get invested.
like, this is dirt.
And it's
cow,
good stuff. This
yeah.
food doesn't come from the grocery store.
Yeah.
But the other thing that we do is they'll cut their stems for us, bring them into the shop, but we don't write them a check. We write a check to a local charity.
Oh.
So it's really a win-win-win. We
Yeah.
get the fresh stems. They've gotten to support a local charity with our help, so it's all kinds of fun. So I'm gonna scoot everything over just a tad. I'm gonna show you.
Take just 1 second. If you're just joining us, this is Tammy with the English Garden, our favorite florist in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we're celebrating Made in North Carolina. So if you're joining us on YouTube, thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for being on Facebook. Please share, because we want they're a third generation florist,
Right.
and they have a lot of followers on Instagram and everything. So we want people to use them.
And I can take orders, you know, I can ship anywhere, but I mean, honestly, if you're somewhere and you've got friends in North Carolina, Raleigh, Durham area that you want to send flowers to, call me. 919-341-6650, and I will get them flowered. I'll get those flowers for them.
Get them there.
I'll get them there, and I will help you come up with the most perfect arrangement in your price range. That's very important. So what we can do with our bud vases, this is what's really trending right now.
And that's a good point about the budget. When we started getting our weekly arrangements, we looked around, and I just thought the value for these incredibly beautiful fresh flowers was
Well,
beyond reasonable.
You know, we want in all cases for flowers to feel accessible to people. They shouldn't be out of reach, be it because you just don't know how to take care of them, or you don't know how to arrange them, or for instance, you think they're too expensive. We're gonna fix all that. One of the things that we do a lot that I have so much fun doing is we do classes at the English Garden. Floral arranging classes. And so we are able to bring our neighbors in, and we have a lot of fun.
It sounds fun.
And it's a great experience. And more we're finding that people are coming for birthdays, they're coming for anniversaries. And so we're really gives us a chance to be able to really commune with our neighbors, celebrate those special occasions.
When do you do the classes?
They're typically on Wednesday night, typically at 6:30. The good news is that I've got more and more private classes forming. So if you've got somebody who you want to do something special for, I've got a private class I just booked. Her daughter-in-law and son bought her the class for her and her friends for a present.
That's nice.
And then we have a lot of team building activities. I've got the dentist in Durham who's just booked for her team to give them a little afternoon off.
Nice.
And so it's a big time. Then you get to take the arrangement home, which is great. But you've also got your experience.
Well, but as Gabrielle's 32. We were talking about this. Is the older you get, it's like you want experiences and not just things, and you want to give people with things that they'll remember and talk about. And
time is the only finite resource we've got.
Yeah.
Let's spend it doing some good stuff. And I do think that when we get together, we bring out the best in each other. Mm-hmm. People have come into the shop and they're so intimidated about flower arranging, and the next thing you know, they are there sniffing away and laughing and talking, and we have the best time. Something that's really trending right now with our events, both with bridal events and corporate events, is we're mixing a lot. So you see here, I could put a trio of votives together that are the same color. But as you see, it has more interest when we break them up a little bit.
The lines and the gold rim and all.
So I work with the most talented designers on the planet. But I am not a designer myself. So I have been inspired by these guys, seeing what they do. And it's really, it's an amazing, to be in a creative environment. It feeds your soul.
And that's what we say about color. It's like before we came on, we were talking about colors we liked and we didn't like. And we will show clients colors like in gemstones, and they'll have this aha moment, and you know that's yours. So there's no right or wrong.
No, there's definitely, when it speaks to you, it is right for you. Mm-hmm. I want to show you this trick that I think I've learned this from our designers.
Okay.
So this is something you can do at home. So this rose is got these wonderful, beautiful things called guard petals, and they're there to protect the rose during transport. Some people I work with, like to leave them on. They say that's how that rose was made, and I'm not gonna mess with it, and that's totally fine. I like to take them off, and then the next thing we can do, it's called reflexing. So we're gonna open this rose up a little bit.
We'll start a fire.
Yeah, we're gonna open it up, and we're gonna very gently work with each petal. If it will cooperate, we'll do it. If it doesn't cooperate, we won't. But you pull out using your index finger and your thumb to create this little kind of skirt. And that really makes that rose look a little bit more romantic, look a little bit special. And you can do this with any of your roses. You just have to know, just like everything in life, when you start meeting resistance.
Don't be afraid of it.
Don't be afraid of it. When you start meeting resistance, that means it's had enough. And so then we're just going to pop that little guy out and make him smile a little bit more. And then we can blow into him, really open him up. And it does not shorten the vase life of the rose. It just creates a little bit more drama which is one of my designers, Michelle. He uses the word drama all the time, but he's Belgian. He's got an accent. It's drama. It's very funny.
I'm looking at this, that's one of the flowers I've been painting in my watercolors.
Oh wow!
And so I'm looking at the squirrels.
See, I'm sitting there looking at these flowers, these beautiful colors. I'm in my safe here pulling out colored gemstones. Since you said you loved orange,
Yes.
look at those. Put those up against here.
Oh, look at
Look how
that.
beautiful.
And I don't know how can we get that in the
Hey.
camera angle. Look at that.
Again, if you can present your wife or your girlfriend or someone with this loose color stone and a beautiful little bouquet of flowers, they can come to us and we
and
can
have it
create something
set.
special. There you go.
And it will be incredible. They'll be one of a kind.
It'll be a
But
hero.
The beautiful rose you just opened up, that color is present in that opal.
Oh.
Look at that.
That is
You see that?
something.
Well, that would be pretty with this one too.
It would be. You could go with that.
Well, it's, I mean, and it's October, and that's the birthstone of October.
That's
Ask me
right.
how I know.
And look at
It's
this.
your birthday.
It was on the 1st.
Oh, well, happy birthday!
Look at this. Look at this tanzanite.
It's a season.
Beautiful with that
something.
raspberry color.
So this is one of my favorite flowers. This is an amaranthus, and look at how it drapes.
It's very
And
dramatic.
It's very dramatic, isn't it?
It
Let's
is.
go ahead and find him a home. Yes, we talk about flowers and talk to them. You would feel right at home in our shop and this is the funny thing, and this probably happens to you too in your line of work. It's really interesting sometimes. You'll be just going about your business, pulling something for somebody, and you'll just stop in your tracks. There'll be a flower that is absolutely so perfect and so breathtaking that you just have to stop
Just honor it.
and honor it and appreciate it for what it is, and love on it, and just really and talk to it and say, I'm so happy I got to see you. Thank you for being in my life.
Haven't had much.
You bring me so much joy, and just like joy, flowers bring joy. I mean, the thing that's been so fun for me is, as you were talking about all the stones in the shop earlier when I was here, and you were naming them all. I don't know all of them, but when I started working with flowers, I couldn't name them all. Now I'm getting pretty good, a little bit better.
Yes, like I wouldn't have known what that was.
Amaranthus. This is a little bit of green. And we're going to add something special in here just to make that pop. So I've got this. This is the fun thing. You can just sit and mix and match and play all day.
Or that one.
The solution? Yeah, let's add. So we can do that. We can add the solution. We can
Just
do
got
that.
a little red.
There is no wrong answer. As I would say, the answer is always yes in the English garden. If it's not unethical, illegal, or immoral, we'll take care of it for you. But we can make him.
Can I pick the third one?
Yes, please. You too.
Let's see what that
Yes,
looks
let's do that because I think that's a great choice. I think that's a great choice.
like. You said that was yarrow?
I believe it's yarrow. I could be wrong. I should probably have
I
brought a
used to
list.
try to grow the yellow yarrow.
But yeah, we. Oh, that's such a pretty flower, isn't it? And it suits all kinds of
Let's see
occasions.
what my color choices.
Oh, that is
would be.
great. We have to, in all things, we have to respect the flower and not hurt them. Oh, now see, I like this because you've got all this dimension here. Look at what you did. You created this multi-dimensional, multicolored
I could do this
arrangement.
too. It's so
Look at
fun.
that. It is, isn't it?
Very fun. These are kind of like Dr. Seuss. I love them.
Oh, there's so many flowers. And I'm like, that was Dr. Seuss' creation. I mean, just so fun. And I think, one of the things about working with flowers is it really just kind of makes you feel young again. Like you're.
Look, I planted pansies out front yesterday, and I was out there talking to them, and Gabrielle came out there, and so we came in this morning. And I was like, "Good morning, pansies," and they're so happy since they.
Because you talked to them.
I
and
did talk to them.
They need attention.
Demise days hardware.
Oh, isn't that a good feeling? They need attention. They need love. And they need to know that they bring us so much joy.
They do. They definitely do. I talk to the dishwasher too. Do you do that when you open it when it's running? I go, "I'm sorry."
I do. I tend to. I'm a clumsy person, and I tend to knock into things, and I'll always apologize to stationary objects.
Okay,
I've
so
done that.
You're just sitting there
We might be
doing.
best friends going forward.
You're just sitting there living your life, doing your business, and here I am knocking into you.
I'll tell y'all something. Guys don't do that.
Don't apologize if they don't knock into anything.
We don't talk to dishwashers or flowers. I guarantee you.
You might talk to yourself a little bit.
I talk to myself a lot.
Oh, that's one thing I should say. When you are putting flowers into water, we always want to make sure that we've gotten any kind of leaf or greenery out of there because it will break down in our water and it will cause some bacteria, and that really shortens our
Okay.
our base life of our flowers.
Does it make any difference if it's city water or purified water or?
I have not noticed a difference.
Yeah.
I know that it helps to add flower food, and it helps if you will change out the water, you know, every couple of
That's
days. This is our salal, this greenery salal. And I like salal because it gives you a nice frame when you're working with this
the
one.
long leaves
Isn't
on
that
this,
pretty?
whatever it is.
I'm kind of pleased with that one, but you can see I like orange a whole lot.
Yes,
It's
Well,
supposed to be
that's-
so
I
good.
love that color too.
Isn't that something?
yes, that's pretty.
It's so fun and nothing to be, you know, nothing to be intimidated by.
That goes with your Spencer tights, Rose.
Yep.
I love all these, I love how you're doing this.
Look how
I
long.
said, I don't think we're gonna have a full bouquet anymore. We're gonna have to go get some bud vases.
But that's okay. You
Yeah.
know what? We'll just
I love
spread
it.
the love.
There's happiness everywhere.
It's happiness everywhere. Just spread the love.
Tammy's gonna be here about 5 more minutes. If you have any questions, you can type them in the comments and we can get her to answer, but
We are located in the Westgate District. So right near Lone River Brewery, if you know where that is. We're 540 and 70 and all of
The
that
Angus
business.
Barn.
Yes, near that area. And we're available online at EnglishGardenRaleigh.com. Look at us, look at the classes. We need to have you come for a class. I think you would really enjoy that.
And you have Instagram page and Facebook
Facebook
page.
page and all of the
website.
socials, and I'm gonna put, this is a piece of baker's fern, because that rose, as pretty as it is, needs a little backdrop. Just to frame it up nicely, I think.
And that darker rose is such an unusual
Isn't
color.
it though? No, that's a little bit too tall for me, so I'm gonna take it down. But what I say, it's easier to just cut it down than it is to add to it.
Okay, so if people go to your Instagram page or whatever, they can see pictures from weddings or.
We do have a lookbook. We have weddings and all that, and then we also have all of our arrangements. We feature pictures online, so you can order anything we've got online, and that's what you're going to get. It's kind of like a restaurant. You know, that's our menu. We've got the ingredients. My chefs make it up for you fresh. So that's the way that we do that there. And it's a happy place. Come, I mean, honestly, just stopping by would make me happy. Just, you know, come by and see us.
But do like us, have them set you up a program to bring you fresh flowers.
Fresh flowers,
Whether it's
everything.
weekly or
Yes.
bi-weekly or monthly, it just makes you feel good. Every Monday morning, everybody looks forward to seeing what flowers they're gonna bring, and the ladies here get to kind of decorate them and make them look, you know, look the way they want them to look, and we enjoy it. And
Yeah.
I kinda like the idea you've done here with the smaller little bundles of
Oh,
flowers.
we sell, so we'll
That's
sell, we've
great.
got 3 different combinations of 6 bud vases. One's called Do the Mashed Potato, one's called Fruit Punch. Now, the Do the Mashed Potato is all white, because all white flowers in so many settings are absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
But our Fruit Punch typically has more vibrant, kind of look like this. And then our 6-pack that we sell is actually those brown beer bottles.
Yeah.
And so we can make that, you know, if somebody's having a backyard barbecue or something casual, well, they'll order a 6-pack, and that just really kind of tops everything off. And
Flowers always make the mood better.
they
no
do,
doubt,
they do.
But these are nice, they have a nice sturdy bottom, and I love that each shape is different and the textures, and it just adds to the artistry and the eclectic, beautiful little display you've done for us here.
With the jewels, that's just chef's kiss.
Alright, do you know what the name of this rose
This is probably, if I had to guess, I think this
It
is
looks like
called,
chocolate milk.
I think it's called a coffee break.
Coffee
Now, I get confused because lately there are so many, so the coffee has infiltrated the flower world in terms of naming things.
Okay.
We have barista roses, we have coffee break, we have cappuccino roses. And I think whomever has the job of naming these flowers, that's gotta be so fun.
That
and
nail polishes.
like nail
nail
polishes,
polish,
right? And so this is one of those roses that's reflexing quite
Okay.
easily. And you can see the
Look how
different
different it
tones.
is when you-
Isn't that fun?
Swirl and flared out.
I'd want to take off that one because that dark.
It's really pretty with that fade on the outside. It really
Isn't that
kinda
pretty?
pops off.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of bridal bouquets that want to incorporate their browns. And that really kind of, you know, it does set off.
Wow, it's so different once you open it up.
Yeah, it really does set off some of the other colors in their palettes. Their whites, their pinks. It really does just it's just a different layer, it's a different dimension. You can see how pretty
It's
this
very
is.
romantic.
It is very
That would be so
romantic.
pretty. It makes me think of lace and
It's very,
Just
very
kind of-
old
I
fashioned.
bet it makes you think of a chocolate
boho
martini,
kind of chocolate.
espresso martini.
Yeah.
We have espresso roses.
Okay.
You
there
just
go.
reminded me. I'm gonna find a home for this beautiful guy.
She did that last. Was it last week you did this
Mhm.
espresso martini?
Ooh. Well, the one we're drinking tonight is the English Garden. Can you say that?
Yeah,
Yes,
she's
you
gonna
got
show you that shortly.
Oh, okay. Now I
She's
told
gonna-
you about stop calling me shortly. That's got to stop.
Mimi, Mimi didn't tell you about that. We have
Oh, you know what?
a segment.
Yeah, Yeah, but, oh, that's,
Cocktail.
oh, that sets off that carnation just so perfectly. See, Mimi, you've got such a great.
I can do this too.
Yes, absolutely. That's the whole point, my friend. You can do this. I've cut it
It's a
too.
little wide.
That's right. No, I've cut it too. I haven't cut it short enough. And so once we do that, I'm going to give it a nice little home in here, and you can see how it. Oh, Mimi, look what you did!
Yay!
Yay!
That's really pretty with the pink photos.
I love the pink and brown combination. We have a really good time with the shop.
Yes. Gabrielle, we're gonna have to get some little photos now. We're gonna change our.
I love it. I
our
think it's
set.
beautiful.
What have you
Okay.
got now?
I'm gonna show you some fun. All these beautiful colored flowers you have, right?
Yes.
Look at this. They're all sapphires, different colored sapphires.
Now, Mimi, you were just telling me that.
Look how beautiful with those flower arrangements we
Oh
have.
my heavens, it's like a rainbow.
So there's,
That's why we love flowers, because we love color gemstones.
they are from all over the world. There's not one country where you can mine every single color.
Okay.
So if you ever have a collection like this, you know that it's
It's an
been
international collection.
curated, different hands in different parts of the world. Yeah, that's the perfect gemstone with the flowers.
We're contemplating making either a necklace or a bracelet with all those different colors, just so somebody could have that as something very special. So if someone wants to do that, we definitely have to have the English garden have a flower arrangement to build,
To
to
yeah.
match that. so
Oh,
we can
I'm up to
present
that
both.
challenge. I am up to that challenge.
And,
That
look,
would
and
be
we
fantastic.
call this pink color orchid. We'll call it an orchid
Oh.
sapphire. I love that.
That is,
tone.
it's so
Isn't
rich.
it beautiful?
Oh, stunning. Well, I also have to hand it to you. The way that you put them together, that means that that color palette really pops one off the other. And it gives it such a look of cohesion. It's so fun.
We put on our story recently. They just go in there and just kind of take the lid off the glue barrel and just take stones and like you've done here, you play with them until you come up to that aha. I love that together. So that's
That
what we
is
have
gorgeous.
fun.
That is fun.
Because we buy gemstones for the color saturation. The color gemstones are not cut mathematically, they're cut artistically. So we have to look at proportions, all of those things. And, you know, a lot of times when we buy gemstones, we don't know what we're gonna do with them.
You just
Like
fall,
those.
do you fall in love with the stone and think, I
Yes.
have to do something with this?
And like the pink earrings in here.
Oh, we were just
You
in
were-
awe of those. Well, I was.
Yes.
They are
These
yummy.
good with the
And they're
flowers,
yummy. I
too.
said they look good enough to eat.
Yeah, these
Juicy
are
earrings.
Morganite earrings, and Tammy, when she saw these,
Look
she was
at-
like,
look-
oh my gosh.
Look at that with this beautiful rose.
Mhm.
So whoever buys these earrings needs
They
to
can
have
have
that
the
rose
rose, yeah.
presented. There you go, look at that. That's beautiful together. Look at that.
You make a perfect team, Miss Tammy.
I mean, I may never leave, and
There you
I've
go.
got this
The
beautiful
jewelry,
drink.
the candles, and the flowers. I mean, it's a woman's
And
drink.
don't
right
forget
there.
Gabrielle's precious drink
Yes,
here.
well, cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Mimi.
She's gonna show us a video now of our cocktail of the night. It's called Carrots and Cocktails, is our drink segment. And
Okay, that's clever.
so you can watch while everyone else is and see how to
And you can drink.
and I sacrificed one of my new panties.
Oh, you know, I was happy. It was happy to do
I
this
talked
for
to
you.
it this morning.
It said, I'll be part of your drink, Mimi.
Okay, so thank you so much for being here.
Thank you,
We
Mimi.
found out too that she is a client of ours from the past, so
Still
it's
wearing
funny
that.
how the dots are connected, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't believe in coincidences. So, thank you everybody for letting me entertain you. Please call me if I can do anything flower related for you, if you just want to chat. We're
Take a class.
We're at the
have something.
EnglishGardenRaleigh.com. Take a class, you know. I've got all kinds of fun stuff going
I
on
love
there.
it. You gals are great. So
We have a good time. Come join us.
okay. Well, thank you so much. All right, we're gonna go to Carrots and Cocktails now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Carrots Cocktails. I'm your host, Gabrielle. Today we're going to be making a very on-brand, very appropriate drink today. This is called the English Garden. What's better than that? So, let's go make one. Okie dokie, first things first, grab your cocktail shaker and take its little top off, and let's start with apple juice. They said to use a cloudy apple juice. That just means it's pressed. It's not like the stuff you give your kid in the bottle. 1 2/3 ounces of apple juice right in your shaker here, followed by gin. It's an English garden drink. We're going to use the English gin. This is Sip Smith. It is made in London. You're going to need about 1.5 ounces. If you want a little extra punch, you know what to do. Just add a little bit more. So 1.5 ounces. All right. Followed by one of my favorite ingredients ever, Saint Germain. It is an elderflower liqueur, and it comes in this beautiful, very Art Deco looking bottle. This is something that is standard on a bar shelf in any of our households. It is just a must. It's so good with gin. All right, so you need about 1 ounce of elderflower liqueur. And I forgot the lime juice. You need 1/3 ounce of lime juice. Make sure you put that. It's in that little cup right there on the table, Gabrielle. So 1/3 ounce. All right, and we're going to take a cucumber ribbon and line your glass like that. How pretty. It's like a little something slithering through the garden. But nothing disgusting like a snake. Anyways, shaky, 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 shake. Shake your cocktail. Shake it until your hand hurts. Shake it until it's cold. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Sped it for fun. All right, get your cocktail glass. Get your cocktail napkin. And pour this beautiful baby right on in. The English Garden. How pretty. It's a happy little color. Very fresh. Very floral, if you will. Ta-da! And voila. Isn't she pretty? I think so. Okay, now I've never actually had this cocktail before, so let's give it a try. Also, totally forgot the lime juice. Add the lime juice. Huh. Totally different than what I was expecting. It's really good. I was a little weary on the apple juice, but it's a good little balance. It's just a little bit of apple. It's not in your face apple. Would recommend the English Garden for florals and cocktails. See you next time. Cheers.
Go ahead, talk. I've been talking, you talk. He rearranged all the flowers.
I came in, I had to do my own little rearranging of stuff. Just, I want to make sure everybody could see it and kind of, that was amazing to see Tammy sit here and just put these flowers in such a simple way. But look how beautiful that is.
It's so romantic.
Which
It
gave me
is.
a great idea.
Uh-oh. Boing.
Anytime we have colored stone jewelry, we need to have a little bouquet they can present. They want to surprise somebody. We do a lot of loose colored gemstones. The nice thing would be if your wife or girlfriend or someone comes in and finds a colored stone that they like, what you do is you purchase that stone and then you can have that and give it to them, and then they can bring it back to custom design something with us. But what you do is you get one of these little beautiful bouquets and you present that to her, and she goes, "Oh, that's sweet, you got me some flowers." Then all of a sudden you pull out another box. This box has this beautiful colored gemstone that goes with the flowers that you just got her.
And you wouldn't say, I got a rock.
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown.
But these are really, I hope you were able to see this whole segment and see how beautiful these flowers are. We do get arrangements, or we get flowers, that is, and Mimi and Gabrielle arrange them every Monday from the English Garden. Beautiful, they're always fresh, they last, they do a fantastic job. We tried flowers from different places, but the English Garden is definitely our favorite and the best. So if you need anything, call them.
And they've made a liar out of me because I was that, I don't like carnations, but I love that blush pink with the little green in it. So
It's all about the color.
Tammy
You just don't
changed.
like white carnations.
We'll have carnations come back in bouquets.
Well, this was my thing. I don't like red roses. I don't like carnations. I don't
Baby's
like
breath.
baby's breath because it makes a mess.
Because all the places you go to, that's all they do.
Yeah.
But these arrangements and flowers we always get from them, always
Oh my
it's a
gosh.
good mixture and
Yeah.
different. You don't see them all
I
the
mean,
time.
we had an arrangement earlier this year that had a little pineapple.
I love that one.
That was cute.
You
All right, so talk to us a little bit about jewelry. We've got a few more minutes. Since we're on the flower theme, we have a few pieces of jewelry to show you and a few slides, so we'll let Russ talk.
Well, yeah, you've been talking all night. You should get going now. Anyway, I'll go ahead and kick it up. We don't do a whole lot of floral designs. We do occasional pieces. This is something we just recently did. It's 4 little diamonds. It kind of has a petal effect. These are 4 diamonds. They're about
It's 66 points
66
total.
point, yeah. So about a 5/8 of a carat total weight. 14 karat white gold bezels, and we're floating it off a 14 karat yellow gold chain. Simple, clean. It's a piece you can put on and wear and enjoy. It will not pick or snag your clothes, so you can sleep in if you need to. It's a good travel piece. It's got a lot of look to it. It's only $995 for this beautiful diamond pendant.
This is a style that we're noticing that younger people, late 20s, 30s kind of age group, you know, they're starting to build their jewelry wardrobe, and something like that is very wearable, functions great, and so we're doing quite a few things like that right now with diamonds and with color stones.
This is a great piece. We do that in various sizes if you want something bigger or smaller. Here's a ring we made. Tell them about that little piece. Okay. This is a rose gold ring that we made a while back.
This is sweet. It's Russ made. It's a little succulent flower, and to finish the organic look, he put the texture into the shank.
So it comes like the
finish
stem, hopefully.
So this is done in rose gold, and we actually had a matching band that went with it. We sold that to one of our rose gold fans. If you're watching, she has a lot of rose gold jewelry.
You hand carved and hand built that, didn't you?
Yep, just kind of made that out of wax. Kind of actually cut out all the little petals by hand, then tacked them together to make this succulent design, and came out really nice.
So just for example, this one sells for $795.
One of a kind, handmade piece.
We've got a few pieces in our silver collection. I pulled this because we have this on our website and on our Etsy page, and it's described as petals. So these are all individual little petals, and they articulate on the earring. This was handmade in Taxco. I can't even hold them still. They make a lot of movement, don't they?
That's what's great about it.
Petals in the wind.
Yes. These are available for $95. We have one pair of these. We have a pendant also. It's a bigger pendant, but you can see those on our website. And Gabrielle has a couple of slides. Also, we've really done. I actually made a list recently of all the organic things we've done. Lion's Claw. We've done waves. We've done the Thames River. We've done thorns. We've done a blade of grass ring.
Yeah, for a minister, we did the Crown of Thorns, Jesus Crown of Thorns as a wedding band. Mimi actually has one of those as well.
So lots of organic things. There's just, you know, just like the flowers mean so much to people, all of these things in nature that God gave us mean so much to people, and we love to be able to put it into fine jewelry as something you can have and hand down in your family. So Gabrielle's got a few slides. So let's see what you're showing. That was a commissioned necklace. Oh, that was a sweet story. If you look closely, the petals in this flower are heart-shaped. And it was a young man that,
Oh yeah,
Evan did that, right?
Yeah, I remember that piece.
It was commissioned for a family member, and I love how you did the texture in that. Evan has quite a lot of talent in jewelry designing, and he likes to come in with his little sketches, and he and Mr. Russ,
He called me Mr. Russ.
Mr. Russ, they have a sweet, a sweet relationship. All right, what else have we got?
I don't think we designed this one, but very appropriate.
Was it an estate piece?
I think it's a Circa Ora Day estate piece we had.
Okay, you went back in the archives on that
I
one.
did. I was trying to find flowers. I know we have them.
So what era would that have been from, Russ?
That
50s maybe?
piece was, I would say 60s, probably looking at the design factors of that, yes. It's only in the 60s. Back in the 60s, you had a lot of the like the fashion jewelry that people go out and they dress. They go to the opera, they
you
go
had
to the,
coats, you had
yeah,
big
they would dress, and they would
lapels.
wear nice pieces of jewelry like
And that
this.
reminds me of the floral
brooches
piece
would come
that
back.
Dan Dye showed us last week when he was here. So if you missed Dan Dye, he's a silversmith with the Village of Yesteryear. We had a great show with him last week. Go back and watch that episode.
It's the only picture I have of that, but that was a very dimensional
Okay.
pendant.
Yeah, this was a very, very special piece. Had a dear friend of mine that I grew up with, and he came in and he wanted to create something very special for his wife. They have actually a farm, and they do beehives, and they love the bees. He came in, so what we did was we created a sunflower that actually split in half, and underneath that was a disc. And he actually wrote a message, a little love note to his wife that he actually hand wrote. And we were able to take that on the computer and actually scan it and put his handwriting on the piece. And it had a little small bee on the top of the piece.
And you put a drop of honey on the message.
Yeah, it had a little drop of honey on it. So
Sweet.
it looked like a little drop of honey. But anyway, so it
Don't
was,
you
it was
love
a
that, Tammy?
beautiful pendant.
I'm welling up with tears.
An incredible pendant. And
Very sweet.
it's for a dear friend of mine. His name was Don, and unfortunately, Don passed away about a year after he gave that to his wife. So that was something very special. That
Sweet family.
his wife, I know that's a memory for her that will be handed down in the family and be there forever. But it's a great piece.
Okay. These are little daisy earrings, as I mentioned earlier with the pendant that we showed you. This is becoming a trend with I'm gonna say 30-ish age people. It's a stud, but it's different. It's showy, not too showy.
We make them
But
in a
it's
couple of
just,
sizes, a little small, a
fresh
little bigger.
and youthful. So we can do these with lab-grown diamonds or natural diamonds. We can do them in yellow gold or white gold, and that's the pair's got the little diamond in the center, right?
Yeah. That's the larger pair that we do, which is, I'd say it's probably about the size of a smaller than a dime. It's like a half of a dime kind of situation. And then we do a little smaller pair that's really a nice little accent piece. But it's a great look. It's like I said, it's got a floral look to it. It's never going to be out of style.
It's
Just a
classic,
beautiful
isn't it?
piece. It's a classic, yeah. We actually are taking this. This was a stud for this lady. And she came in and said, I want to dress it up a little bit. So we're actually going to add a round diamond above it. And it's going to swing off the round diamond. And we're going to put a hoop with a twisted rope on it so she can take it on and take it off.
Like
so
an
she can
earring
change
charm.
it.
No, she
Like a
said
charm.
it's too polite for my age.
She wanted to kick it up a notch.
I love that.
Big girl jewelry.
Yes, absolutely. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you, Tammy, for joining us.
Thank you, Russ.
And we
Thank you,
thank the
Gabrielle.
English Garden, and Sydney will have to get her in here next time she's available. But please give them a call. We highly recommend them. Just a fabulous company, not organization.
We're a family, really.
Family.
Look at these beautiful flowers that we have and what she brought in. There's so much variety. Again, I've never seen that from any other florist other than English Garden. Fantastic.
Yeah, and they're so fresh. I've ordered a lot of stuff online before we started using them, and it comes in half dead. It's just very, very not happy.
mediocre.
It's very disappointing when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. So anyway, we appreciate you joining us. We hope you enjoy the segment. We appreciate you
enjoyed it.
coming in, Tammy.
Thank you so much for having me.
If you need some flowers, you know who to call now, the English Garden here in Raleigh. And we hope you'll join us next week. And again, remember those people in Western North Carolina who need some help right now. If you can donate money, I also heard today that on a certain website, matter of fact, I think Sean Handy's got it, there's a helicopter pilots. It's called Robinson Heloc or Robinson Helo or something like that. But he actually has a link on his site, Sean Handy does. They need fuel for these helicopters. There's 100 private helicopter pilots doing very special things for people on their own time and their own money. So if you can donate to these guys to help them pay for their
That's
fuel,
so important.
to help these people and rescue. Lady today they found had been by herself for 8 or 9 days.
That's what Dr. Phil was up there, and he got them to take a Black Hawk helicopter to the top of this mountain, and they were giving out Starlink, whatever they're called, Starlinks, and that Elon Musk had donated. And then to get to this lady's home, they had to get on these ATVs, and it was way up the mountain. And when they got there, I just cried this morning. So she fell in Dr. Phil's arms and said, I haven't seen anybody for 10 days. She was by herself in the dark.
So do whatever you
These
can.
helicopter pilots are doing amazing work, private work, and getting the help out there. So thank you
They
for
need
mentioning
money for
it.
fuel. There's a lot of great organizations that are helping, a lot of churches in our Raleigh area and all over the state, and all over the country.
And
People are
Samaritan's
coming
Purse.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And Samaritan's Purse is doing a fantastic job. They're always there to help financially and physically. You can actually volunteer if you have the time and the energy. You can volunteer. You can call them. You can go there. They have teams set up. They have people who will teach you to do what you need to do to help these people. So
And so
Look it up.
and they're probably getting ready now to go to Florida, so they go wherever they're needed.
exactly.
And so it's a great organization. The money goes straight to the needs of the people or to the churches. It goes directly to those in need. So anyway,
So do whatever you can. Donate clothes, whatever. Donate your time. Donate your money. But please help those in need right now, because we're very blessed. We're not in those situations. So take care of these people.
yeah, we did disaster relief when the hurricane went through Lumberton, and I went to the shelter in Lumberton every day for a couple of weeks. And the one thing they needed the most, that was so coveted, was dry socks, clean undergarments, baby things.
And right now, the
We
weather
never
get
had
cool.
enough.
They need blankets. They need
Yeah, it's
something
getting
right
cold
right
now.
Blankets.
And
We
then
need
with
that.
this wet environment up there, they need boots, they need dry footwear, so there's no end to the need, and it's gonna be out there for a long time.
Yeah, well,
So
So anyway,
thank
do
you for
what you
listening
can.
to us.
do what you can financially, physically, but also give them your prayers whenever you can. Pray for these people in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. And again, what's getting ready to hit Florida is going to be
Tennessee.
devastating. So
Tennessee. Yeah.
everywhere.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you, Tammy,
Thank
and
you.
thank you, Gabrielle. We will be here next week at Tuesday at 7 o'clock. It's your time for Shop with Mimi and Russ Live. And we've got somebody tentatively lined up. You'll have to wait and see who it is, but it'll be a fun show. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, and God bless.
God bless you. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.